A Richmond Senior High School student wins the Beta Club Vice Presidency for the entire state of North Carolina. Donnell Ellerby talks to the RO about winning his second Super Bowl. Richmond Community College is set to host a 2-day e-commerce event and a preview of the Daytona 500. All that and more on tonight's episode of Live at 5. Richmond County's Nightly News starts right now. Good evening and welcome to your Tuesday edition of Live at 5, brought to you by Richmond Community College. I'm Sierra McQueen. You can register for late start classes at Richmond Community College right now. Visit Richmond CC on the web at richmondcc.edu. Let's get right to it now for tonight's top story. There was a structure fire on Monday on Robinson Street. At 10:05 Monday night, tones were sounding for a structure fire at 303 Robinson Street. When Rockingham Fire Department was arriving on the scene, flames could be seen at the rear of the structure. Fire Chief Harold Iser stated that the fire was contained to the rear wall of the structure where it did burn through. Iser also stated that those living at the residence were in the process of moving out. After the fast knockdown, the fire was brought under control at 10:35 p.m. The cause of the fire has not been determined and is under investigation at this time. Dreams of success and feelings of hope filled the minds of hundreds of high school students from across the state of North Carolina on Friday at the State Beta Club Convention in Greensboro. While many of these students set out to submit their best projects or perform their greatest talents, Richmond Senior High School's junior Kyle Goodwin set out to earn something greater, the opportunity to serve as vice president for the state level of North Carolina's Beta Club, and that he did. Goodwin has been installed as the new vice president following this year's Beta convention. While the reality of his victory took a short time to kick in, Goodwin's Beta family isn't wasting any time in preparing him for the next round of competition. The next big step is representing North Carolina and running for vice president on the national level in the National Conference in Savannah, Georgia in June. Upon his graduation from high school in 2019, Goodwin plans to embark on his college career at West Point or the Naval Academy and one day become a politician and a congressman. For the full story from Becky Pierce, visit richmondobserver.com. Richmond Community College's Small Business Center will present a free seminar on Tuesday, February 20th, and Wednesday, February 21st at the Cole Auditorium that will help small businesses learn e-commerce. Teacher and trainer Mark Rudisill will present the information on how e-commerce can help benefit a small business. The 2-day e-commerce event includes information on Facebook, paid ads, Instagram, Amazon, Etsy, and YouTube. An e-commerce certificate from the Small Business Center at Richmond Community College will be presented to all attendees that complete 5 of the 7 seminars. To sign up for this 2-day seminar on February 20th and 21st, contact Butch Farah at 910-410-1687. This seminar is free and open to the public. Pre-registration is recommended, but walk-ins are welcome. A request of $2,100 by social studies teacher Brianna Wyatt of Richmond County 9th Grade Academy was approved by the Lowe's Small Toolbox for Education Grant Program in conjunction with Lowe's Charitable and Education Foundation. Wyatt and students will use these funds to start a vegetable garden and buy a greenhouse in hopes of giving the crops to local families in need. Wyatt also received $700 from Target. This Target field trip grant will be used to take the AP World History class and Student Government Association students to the medieval times in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. You can read Chuck Craven's story on Habitat for Humanity and more on today's edition of Richmond Observer, available at richmondobserver.com and on the RO app for iPhone and Apple devices. And stay with us when we come back. The RO Sports Show NASCAR analyst Russell Parker is in the studio with Lance Jenkins to talk about the Daytona 500. Stay with us.
At Richmond Community College, we prepare you for a high-skill, high-paying career in a variety of fields. From business to education, engineering, utilities, healthcare, criminal justice, information technology, and human services. At Richmond Community College, we can save you thousands of dollars on tuition through our university transfer programs that provide a seamless transition to universities and colleges throughout North Carolina. At Richmond Community College, we are always developing new courses and programs in response to the communities we serve. We offer day, evening, and online courses, and you can now complete 5 curriculum programs entirely online. At Richmond Community College, we believe in helping you prepare for a better life. Richmond Community College. Local college, big impact.
Family Pharmacy is a local pharmacy that's been in business in Rockingham for over 10 years. Located in the Food Lion Shopping Center on US 1 North, we have easy access into the store and a drive-thru for your convenience as well. You can download the official Family Pharmacy app at myfamilypharmacy.com, and we'll help you set it up to text you when your prescription is ready, and you can even set it up to fill your prescriptions when due. Our motto is we'll treat you like family, and it's something we truly mean. We take the same care in filling your prescription that we would take for our own family. Family Pharmacy, we'll treat you like family.
Willow Tree Antiques and Gifts is all about rustic home decor and gifts. You will always find a variety of unique antiques, vintage, and new items in our shop. Come and see our selection of housewarming, new baby, and wedding gifts. For the man in your life, we have many collectibles, Boker knives, and leather. And ladies love the jewelry, purses, candles, hats, and t-shirts. We also offer a 30-day layaway program. Come and experience shopping at Willow Tree Antiques and Gifts.
Hi, I'm Lance Jenkins, and welcome to your nightly news.
That ain't gonna work.
Oh.
You need to loosen up some. This is good more
Okay.
at Sandhills.
All right.
So more relaxed, it's local, it's edgy, anything goes. So that what you just did,
No?
not gonna fly.
Okay. Is this better?
So much better.
And welcome back to Live at 5. I'm Lance Jenkins in studio today for an interview with our executive producer as well as NASCAR analyst and a regular on the RO Sports Show, Russell Parker.
Thanks for having me.
Now let's talk real quick before we get started on NASCAR because we had a lot to talk about with NASCAR. Did you enjoy the show last week, RO Sports Show?
Oh yeah, that's a lot of fun.
We did a great job editing and getting everything together, and it looked fantastic, final production. And I just thought you did a fantastic job. I wanted to say that on the air.
Thank you.
And, of course, that'll be back on this
Oh, yeah.
Thursday, 5:30 p.m. Looking forward to that. We're trying to work with Donnell Ellerby to get him on.
That'd be a lot of fun if he got on here.
That would be cool. A Super Bowl champion, just won the Super Bowl last night with the Philadelphia Eagles, and big congratulations to him. I know I was on the air yesterday, and we talked about that. But we're glad to have him. Glad to have a Richmond County native win the Super Bowl. That's a pretty big deal.
And he is 2-0 against Brady now.
How about that?
Yeah.
I didn't even think of it like that, but yeah, he is. So, and congratulations to him.
And speaking of the Super Bowl, I want to mention something. Martin Truex Jr., since we're on NASCAR now, he actually predicted the Super Bowl champion this year. Before the season even began, he predicted the Eagles to beat the Patriots. He's a big Eagles fan.
How about that?
Yeah.
Well, that's why then, because I was like, why in the world would he have picked the Eagles? Because nobody saw the Eagles doing this well at the start of the season. But of course, now they're the Super Bowl champions.
Oh, yeah.
And he's a happy guy. Mm-hmm. He just had a good year all around. I mean, he's the
yeah.
Monster Energy Cup champion. He, of course, his Super Bowl, his team wins the Super Bowl. You're doing pretty well.
Yeah, I think he's going to have a good. I think that's kind of showing that this year might be a good year for him too in NASCAR.
That's right. Well, certainly we'll see, and we're going to find out here shortly because things are getting underway starting this weekend. NASCAR fans, what do they have to look forward to this upcoming weekend?
Well, it is now football season's now officially over, and NASCAR season can begin now. So we've got the kickoff race, the Advanced Auto Parts Clash at Daytona is a 75-lap race. There's 2 segments into that race. So the first half of the race is 25 laps. The second half is 50 laps. Mm-hmm. And there's 17 drivers in this race. They're all previous. Either they've won the Clash before, or they've got in on pole from winning the pole from last year. So 17 drivers. So it's a little bit shorter than your usual race.
Yeah.
A lot of the big names are in it. So you got like Martin Truex Jr. in it. You got Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski, Kyle Busch. all those big names that you
Yeah.
can think of.
So they're all in it.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be fun. And it's a short race.
It's a short race and it's an exhibition race, so it's records or checkers. It's just all out fun to kick off the season.
That'll be fun. Well, that's coming up this Sunday, 3 o'clock
Yep.
p.m. Is that right? Yep. So
And
that'll be
before
interesting.
that, they've got the Daytona 500 qualifying. So it's a single. It's the traditional single car qualifying. That's how they normally do it for Daytona. And then after that one, they'll actually determine who starts first and second.
Gotcha. So that'll determine that. And can you believe Daytona 500 is less than 2 weeks away now?
I know, it's awesome.
I mean, that is amazing. Yeah, and a lot of folks will be tuning in for that, especially in this area where NASCAR the tradition of NASCAR runs deep, runs real deep here in the Sandhills region, particularly Richmond County, where the Rockingham Speedway still stands. Hopefully, one day will still host.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. But nonetheless, Daytona 500 just 2 weeks away now. And, of course, I know we're going to talk about this next week, and I'm sure we'll talk about it a little in the RO Sports Show, too. But what if folks, I mean, starting next week, where does the action begin for Daytona?
Well, we've got next week there's 3 races. All 3 series will start off. You've got the Truck Series on Friday. Saturday, you've got the Xfinity Series. Sunday, you've got the big race, the Great American Race, Daytona 500. 200-mile race or 200-lap race, 40 cars in it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, so there's a lot coming up in the next 2 weeks, of course, capped off with, in just now 13 days, with the Daytona 500. Now, last week, I just want to say this before we go off, you said that you were expecting Joey Logano to win the Daytona 500.
Yeah.
And I noticed today you're all decked out. Are you still sticking with your prediction?
Well, actually, for the Clash race, I actually predict Denny Hamlin to win that race.
Okay, yeah.
Because he's had a lot of success at Daytona, especially the past few years, and he's won a Clash. He's won one of the Daytona Duels, which is a qualifying race for the Daytona 500. He's won one of those. He's won a Daytona 500. I believe it was last year he won it.
Yeah.
Edged out Martin Truex Jr. So I think he probably has the best chance to win this race. If it wouldn't be him, I would pick Kevin Harvick to win that.
Yeah. Well, I will say I'm picking Kyle Busch
Of course you are.
to win the Clash. I even picked Kyle Busch to win the Daytona 500. I'm going both because I think that I'm going to be right on one of them. I don't know which, but I think I'm going to be right on one of them.
Well, it's going to be really interesting to see this year in particular. Now, you notice I didn't say any Chevrolets in that. That's because I'm not sure how Chevrolet's going to do this season. They just got the new Camaros in for this year.
I heard that.
It's going to be really interesting to see how they do. Honestly, I think a Toyota is probably going to win. Probably going to win out
Exactly
a
what
lot.
I'm saying.
'Cause they done
And
really
who drives
good.
Toyota?
Kyle Busch.
Just saying. And Lance Jenkins. I drive Toyota too, but I'm not in
I drive a
NASCAR.
Toyota as well.
You drive Toyota
Yeah.
too?
And
See,
it's a
why
good
don't you-
car.
That's what I'm saying. Thank you. That's
It is
what
a
I'm
good
saying.
car, but
I mean,
Ford is better. I have to say Ford is better.
well, you know, we'll see. We'll see. But nonetheless, big Toyota fan myself, but you can think what you want. And of course, Joey Logano, he drives
Ford,
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah. So, oh, look at that right there.
I do need to update the shirt because it's got the Sprint Cup on it. It's now Monster.
That just shows you're a real fan.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you've had that
I
shirt
think
for
this
a while.
is
You didn't just get it.
2012. We got the same season as when we had the last Truck Series at the Rock.
Well, any early favorites to win the Monster Energy Cup? We'll let you change it later.
Right now, I have to go with Martin Truex Jr.
Yeah, well, it's hard to bet against him.
And if it ain't
the
him,
way-
it'd be Jimmy Johnson.
The way he raced last year was impressive, super
Certainly.
impressive. Folks, Russell Parker in studio talking about NASCAR for your special Tuesday NASCAR edition. And I want to say one more thing before we go off the air and get back to the news, weather, and sports tonight. That in just 2 nights from now, on Thursday, 5:30 p.m., we will have the RO Sports Show returning for a second edition. Big episode last week. It eclipsed 2,000 views total already. And it was just tremendous first edition. Over almost an hour and a half.
Oh, yeah.
That is not easily done. And a lot of people don't realize, I think, how much goes into a production that long. But you might think that an hour goes into it. No, sir. I'm sure you know better than anyone.
I know. It took me a little bit into the night and a little bit into the morning and throughout the day to get it all done.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun putting it together.
But you got everything together, and it ended up being a great
I
production.
especially loved the interview we had.
Yes, it did a fantastic job with that too. Scott Emerson last week, Oakland A's pitching coach, who is headed to the Cactus League spring training in Arizona this week. Actually, I think he leaves today. It's Tuesday, so he leaves today, and he is headed out there. And he lives right here in Rockingham in the off season, and we really appreciate him being in studio last week. And more big guests like that to come. Hopefully, we'll have Donnell Ellerby in studio. We'll be talking about that soon. Russell's always a pleasure.
Thanks for having me
to do the show. Russell Parker, executive producer, college football and NASCAR analyst for the Richmond Observer, as well as a regular on the RO Sports Show. You can watch it on Thursday nights, 5:30 p.m. And, of course, you can listen live on the Classic Rock. Russell, great to have you in studio.
Thanks for having me.
Folks, stay with us. More Live at 5 coming up right after these messages. Exit Realty Platinum in Rockingham has listed one of the most beautiful homes in Richmond County. Located in Rockingham on Ledbetter Lake, the home features 4 bedrooms with bamboo floors and a kitchen featuring stainless steel appliances and granite countertops, and a master bedroom that overlooks Ledbetter Lake, along with a spacious tile shower and the attached master bathroom. The open living space leads to the back deck with a perfect view of Ledbetter Lake, and the property features its own boat dock. Want to see this beautiful home? Call Nicole Hayden with Exit Realty Platinum, your source for homes in Richmond and Moore counties.
McNair Auto Sales is the place to buy your pre-owned car, truck, or van. To be the best, it takes big selection, friendly staff, and great pricing. We guarantee a no-hassle buying experience, and financing is available right on site. So come see us today. We're located at 1026 East Broad Avenue in Rockingham. And remember, with over 40 years of experience, you know McNair is the name you can trust.
With hospice, you guys just outdo yourselves every day. And I really appreciate it. I honest to God don't know what I would do if it weren't for you. The things that you do, I'm in approval of. And thank you. I don't know what else to say other than thank you.
Welcome back to Live at 5. As a huge Eagles fan, I'm really excited about this story. Richmond County and Hamlet native Donnell Ellerby helped make NFL history Sunday night, and it was history in the making for a long time coming. The Philadelphia Eagles, a franchise founded in 1933 that has endured nearly 6 decades without a championship, finally brought home its first Super Bowl title Sunday night following a 41-33 underdog win against the favored New England Patriots in Super Bowl 52 in Minneapolis. And for Ellerby, who is currently an Eagles linebacker, it makes his second Lombardi Trophy win. You can read the story and parts of his interview with Richmond Observer managing editor Kyle Pillar in the sports section of today's edition of the Richmond Observer at richmondobserver.com and on the RO app for iPhone and Android devices. It's time for Kelsey with weather.
Thanks, Sierra. Today's 5-day weather forecast is brought to McNair Auto Sales, and this week is going to be really wet and rainy. So if you're prone to getting sick, if you're caught in the rain, make sure you have what you need to take care of yourself and anyone around you. Plus, it's flu season, so you definitely need to be prepared for that. But despite that, let's move on to the 5-day weather forecast, starting with Wednesday with a 100% chance of rain. Like I said, it's going to be really wet and rainy coming up these next 5 days with a high of 67 and a low of 38. And then Thursday is a 0% chance of rain with a high of 53 and a low of 29. And then, of course, Friday with a 40% chance of rain with a high of 57 and a low of 46. Like I said, the next 5 days are going to be pretty wet, except for Thursday. Thursday's going to have that 0% chance of rain. And then Saturday has an 80% chance of rain with a high of 63 and a low of 57. And, of course, Sunday has an 80% chance of rain as well with a high of 69 and a low of 47. And, of course, like I said, be prepared to keep yourself in order and checked up. And if you got any doctor's appointments, go get them because it's flu season. Be prepared for that. Other than that, let's go back to the desk.
As always, thank you for watching Live at 5. The remainder of the week will be as full of action-packed news, sports, weather as always, and of course get up for a Good Morning Sandhills tomorrow morning from 6 until 8 on the Classic Rock Radio Network. You can tune in several different ways, iPhone and Apple devices, the Classic Rock Sandhills, and of course the RO Sports Show on this Thursday. So be sure to tune in. Good night, Richmond County.